The Life of Donald J. Trump. The inauguration ceremony serves as the formal introduction of the president's vision for the nation. Please hit the subscribe button for more informative videos. The presidential inauguration is a symbolic event in American democracy. The event sets the stage for the incoming president's policy agenda and leadership. The inauguration provides a platform to communicate the president's goals and priorities. The initial policy directives of a new administration often take the form of executive orders. Executive orders are used to manage operations of the federal government. Appointments to key positions are crucial for implementing the administration's agenda. These appointments reflect the administration's immediate priorities and policy goals. The early focus on executive orders and appointments sets the tone for the administration's term. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act aimed to reform the U.S. tax code through various provisions. Key provisions included reductions in individual income tax rates and a significant decrease in the corporate tax rate. The act also introduced changes to deductions, exemptions, and credits for individuals and businesses. Intended economic effects included stimulating economic growth, increasing investment, and creating jobs. The act's impact on the national debt and income inequality remains a subject of ongoing debate and analysis. GDP growth during the Trump presidency shows a fluctuating trend with specific periods of increase and decrease. Unemployment rates exhibited a general downward trend during the Trump administration, reaching historic lows. Job creation figures reflect an increase in employment opportunities across various sectors during the Trump era. Analysis of key economic indicators provides insights into the economic performance and trends during Trump's presidency. New trade policies involve the implementation of tariffs on imported goods. Trade negotiations are a key component of establishing new trade policies between countries. The stated objective of new trade policies is often to protect domestic industries. Another objective of trade policies is to promote fair trade practices. Trade policies may also aim to increase exports and reduce trade deficits. The implementation of trade policies can have complex effects on international relations. Trade agreements, such as the USMCA, are formal pacts between countries designed to reduce barriers to trade. These agreements can significantly impact American industries through adjusted import and export regulations. Consumers may experience price fluctuations and increased product variety as a result of trade agreement implementation. The overall economic effect of trade agreements involves complex interactions between multiple sectors and stakeholders. The administration initiated efforts to reduce regulations across multiple sectors. Specific rules were repealed to alleviate burdens on businesses and individuals. Modifications to existing regulations aim to streamline processes and reduce compliance costs. Deregulation efforts focused on promoting innovation and economic efficiency. These initiatives intended to foster a more competitive and dynamic marketplace. Energy policy changes involve governmental actions that influence the energy sector, including production, distribution, and consumption. Some energy policies include subsidies and tax incentives for fossil fuels to maintain domestic energy production. Support for fossil fuels can stimulate domestic energy production, ensuring a stable energy supply. Increased domestic energy production can lead to greater energy independence and reduce reliance on foreign sources. However, policies supporting fossil fuels may conflict with environmental goals and the transition to renewable energy sources. Border security initiatives involve the construction of physical barriers, such as a border wall. Changes to immigration enforcement are a key component of border security measures. Technology plays a crucial role in modern border security, including surveillance systems and data analysis. Effective border security aims to control and monitor the flow of people and goods across international boundaries. The First Step Act aims to reform the criminal justice system through revised sentencing guidelines. This act retroactively applies the Fair Sentencing Act of 2010, reducing the disparity between crack and powder cocaine sentences. The First Step Act expands eligibility for inmates to participate in rehabilitative programs designed to reduce recidivism. These programs include job training, educational courses, and faith-based initiatives to support successful re-entry into society. The appointment of conservative judges to federal courts has shaped the judiciary. These appointments extend to the Supreme Court, influencing its decisions. Conservative judicial appointments have a long-term impact on legal interpretations. These appointments can lead to shifts in legal doctrines and precedents. The judiciary's ideological balance is affected by the selection of judges. The long-term effects of these appointments shape the legal landscape for future generations. Key foreign policy initiatives include the withdrawal from the Iran nuclear deal. Relocation of the U.S. Embassy in Israel represents another significant foreign policy shift. These initiatives reflect a shift in diplomatic strategy and international relations. Such policy shifts have wide-ranging impacts on global stability and geopolitical dynamics. Global military expenditure has seen a marked increase in recent years. A significant portion of increased funding is allocated to advanced defense programs. Modernization initiatives account for a substantial share of the budget. Cybersecurity and intelligence operations receive increased financial support. Research and development in emerging technologies are prioritized areas for investment. MAGA rallies embody a powerful sense of unity and collective purpose among supporters. The rallies serve as a platform for reinforcing shared values and political beliefs. Enthusiastic supporters actively participate, demonstrating their commitment to the movement's goals. Manufacturing job growth data during a specific presidential term is presented. Policies aimed at revitalizing American manufacturing are highlighted. The correlation between specific policies and manufacturing job growth is visualized. Comparative analysis of manufacturing job growth across different presidential terms is shown. Manufacturing sector contributions to overall job growth are quantified. The impact of trade agreements on manufacturing job creation is illustrated. The Trump presidency saw significant tax cuts, particularly through the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017. Deregulation efforts across various sectors aim to reduce the burden on businesses and stimulate economic growth. Judicial appointments, including Supreme Court justices, shape the long-term legal landscape. Trade policy shifts, such as tariffs on imported goods, aim to reshape international trade relationships. Increased military spending and focus on national security were central to the administration's policies. These policies have had quantifiable impacts on economic indicators, regulatory environments, and international relations.